Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia, the final season, episode number 3 reaction. So the previous episode, the All Might and the All for One battle continued. Stain came and tried to help us out and he saved All Might's life, but in the end All for One got him. And yeah, by the end of it, All Might tried his best to stop All for One, but like he wasn't able to properly do it. In the end, when it seemed like everything is done for, we cannot do anything, Bakugo came in. So yeah, let's see what happens. Like, now that Bakugo is here, he can help us out quite a bit. And Deku is kind of like fighting with Shigaraki, so Deku cannot really do anything. But Bakugo can take over and maybe like help us out somehow. Let's see what happens. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, there you go. Right. Okay, there's a few new scenes. I'm just realizing Bakugo weren't there in the opening up until now, right? Yeah, which I never really noticed, I guess, properly. Now that I'm looking at it, or maybe he was. Maybe I'm just my memory's just playing games with me. Okay. Oh my god. Ah, oh my god, his injury. What the? Oh, this is some other part of the world. Yeah, they're showing like. Oh, blunder. Effect. Weather in America. Wait, is it because of Bakugo? Because of his heat? Yeah, it's Bakugo. His heat is, I think, I don't know. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, shoot. Yeah, like All Might is like almost materializing over there because which is showing how he's dying outside. Okay. Damn. Yeah, like I said. Drew. Damn. Yo. Strong vision with. Damn. Yeah. Yeah, he always blamed himself for being kidnapped that day, and so okay. Oh my god, blew up out his hand completely. Oh, there you go. Yep. Well, what the? Oh, this is Night Eyes. Ah, but they changed the. Yeah. Damn. Okay. Well, yeah. Nice. Wow. Oh, he's still there. Still, all for one is still standing there. Oh boy. Oh no no no. Oh wait, headshot is still. Oh okay, so headshot is still there. Oh. Oh damn. Yeah. Right. Oh. So that gave it a shock. So he. That's how his heart started moving again. Yeah, his sweat. It just went in and the nitroglycerin just. Yeah, it is him. Oh yeah. Alpham is standing there. He's not doing anything. He's probably too damn shocked. He's like, "What the hell happened there?" Oh, nice. Yeah, you better start thinking now. He's now panicking. He's like, oh, "Okay, I need to do something. Otherwise, I'm going to just." Yeah, I feel like Shigaki is going to kick your ass as well now. You're screwed. You're screwed, bro. The person who. Sure, bro. Okay. What the heck? Nah, it's going against you now, bro. Oh! You're getting a kick in your face. What the? Ah! God damn. The final boss. Right. Well, so Bakugo's gonna be fighting All for One. Hmm. Okay. Oh, this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What the? Right. Hmm. Okay. Right. Oh. No. Right. Yeah. Did he do something? Yeah. Oh, that's when he got. That's when he got like he almost died there, so he couldn't do anything there back then. Oh God. Body one he can. Wonder how long I use this moment. Okay. Oh my God. Damn. He's fast though. Sure, bro. You keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Pain of the sweat, I swear. Oh. Oh my God. Bruh. Yo. Up. Emergency evacuation zone. Oh wow. Yeah. Bruh. Shut the hell up. You, like I said, is screwed. Damn. Yeah, he reminds him of second, right? Right. Wow, that's interesting. That's such an interesting parallel. Well, you're gonna regress even more now. What's he gonna become? He's probably 13 years old now. What will he become next? 7? 6? 5? Right. Okay. That's a very interesting parallel. Like I said, that Deku and Bakugo, we had the whole, obviously the whole thing, and then we have, like All For One getting reminded of that guy, second, right? Who gave his helping hand to Yoichi to get him out of there. So that's a very interesting parallel, like those two. Okay, is that it? And there you go. That was today's episode. Wow, that was really good. So yeah, today we had Bakugo come in and save All Might. Not only he did that, he also used his power to stop All For One in his tracks. And now All For One is is he doesn't want to dilly dally anymore now. He's like, I need to go and get my hands on Shigaraki, but but he cannot do anything. Bakugo's way faster than him now, and Bakugo's just coming and stopping him, and yeah, and he's just getting even more frustrated. On top of that, he when he looks at Bakugo now, he gets reminded of that guy. Again, I don't know any of their names. I've forgotten all their names. Um, and he was the one who gave his hands to Yoichi to, like, get him away from there, and that frustrates him, and he has always, like, that has always made him, not like him. And now that he's seeing that person in Bakugo, he's like, that's who you remind me of. And now he's getting even more pissed off because of that. So, yeah, All for One is done for. Like, I don't know how many more episodes he's going to survive, but his time has come. I feel like it'll be like 2 or 3 more episodes, and then he's going to just get demolished completely, some way or the other. The final battle obviously is going to become Deku versus Shigaraki. Like, it's pretty damn obvious. So All for One, his time is coming. Don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but it's definitely going to happen before Deku and Shigaraki fights the final battle, probably, or something like that. Right. Yeah, so that's the current situation. Now Edgeshot is still alive, I think. I don't know, I thought Edgeshot died, because he just went there and he, like, was there, like, kind of, but he's still there, he's still alive. He did say that a lot of his, like, energy and life force were taken because he tried to kind of patch up Bakugo, but he's still there. If given medical attention, I think he can be brought back. I don't know. Now, another thing he did kind of say, exactly how Bakugo was able to come back was that his own power actually brought him back. Like, obviously Edgeshot helped a lot. Edgeshot was the one who kind of stood him up and did all that stuff, but finally it was like that sweat within which the obviously Bakugo's sweat is nitroglycerin, and because of that sweat which somehow went inside of his body, it, like, it kind of reacted, and that, like, little spark probably gave his heart the stimulation to, like an electric shock, maybe like a stimuli, for it to start beating again. Because you can see Edgeshot wasn't able to, like, he suited up and did everything, but as he says that he wasn't able to make the heart start beating again. But it was that what made Bakugo come back. So it was Bakugo's own power that made him come back to life, I guess, in a way. Right. Another very interesting thing we got to see in today's episode is, like, the whole section where All Might was almost dying, and where you can see Deku was seen inside of him, like, All Might's, like, silhouette little by little starts to become visible inside of him, which was indicating that All Might is dying in the outside world, so he's being more visible inside of him, you know. But then, as soon as Bakugo came and just took out his hand, like Shigaraki, All for One's hand, and saved All Might, immediately, in a matter of a few seconds, the whole, like, silhouette became like that again, like that yellow kind of thing. It started become in, like, non-visible again, which implied that, oh, All Might is saved. Night Eye's whole thing as well, where Night Eye says that is where your whole thing was supposed to end. But because of different people, their, like, wishes and their little, like, like everything kind of, like, small little changes here and there was able to, like, become like a big thing, and it was ultimately able to save your life. Like, as he says, that it's kind of like a butterfly effect, I guess you could say, like, where, small little flap of a butterfly's wings can make a tornado kind of situation. You know so yeah, so now that All Might is okay, I guess All Might will be fine now. As Night Eye says that, yeah, it's okay, like, you're fine now, like what would have happened to you is not going to happen now, because you went past that. Like, Bakugo saved you. You would have died there, but Bakugo saved you. Right. Now, okay. Now they kind of say, this part, they kind of say it in a very interesting way. I'm going to read this part. Just a minute. Okay, here it is. So Night Eye says that yes, All Might, this was it. Um, this was the end of the dream. But fate became twisted. It's true that your dream ended there, and then a promise remained. You have to keep it. Right. Okay, no, not this part. There was another part. Where is that part? Where they kind of explain how. I think Deku was the one who was doing that, explaining that. Oh, okay, here it is. Yeah, okay, so when Night Eye was dying, he said, I was trying to look for ways to change it, but it was to no avail. Um, but today Midoriya showed me. Yeah. Um, I think it might have to do with energy. A strong vision with no room for doubt, energy that wished for a future. I'm sure it wasn't just Midoriya. Everyone believed strongly in it and brought it together. Okay, so yeah, here Deku says someone's prayers. Excuse me. Yeah, and then we see that part where Bakugo saves. Right. Okay, one thing I'm forgetting. It's been so long. What exactly was Night Eye's power? Just a minute, I've forgotten. It's been so long. Ah. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just double check. Personality, abilities. According to All Might, Sir Night Eye did not have any impressive physical abilities, acting was a support. However, he was shown to be exceptionally fast. Okay, what? Oh, here we go. Quirk. Foresight. Okay, there you go. Mirai's quirk allowed him to see another person's future from a third person's point of view. To activate his power, Mirai first touched the intended target and made eye contact with them. This quirk stayed active for 1 hour, and once activated, it required 24 hours before it could be activated again. While his quirk was active, Mirai could see years into a person's future. The future he saw was shown in great detail, second by second, and it always had been 100% accurate, even when he tried to change the events he had foreseen. However, it has been shown that quirks that alter an object's flow of time in some way, such as Aries Rewind, can affect the accuracy of Mirai's quirk, rendering the predicted outcomes moot and void. Example of this was when Rewind affected Izuku Midoriya, defied the initial prediction of him dying at the hands of Overhaul during that battle. Oh yeah, I'm remembering now. Okay, okay. Right, so right. See years into a person's future vision. Right, and yeah, and that's why, like when Night Eye was saying, like something that like alters an object's flow of time in some way, it can affect the accuracy of Mirai's quirk. Yeah, rendering the predicted outcomes moot and void. Interesting. So I guess like I think I can understand what exactly happened with All Might then. Like it's nothing, like it's a very vague thing, but this is the thing. Like it was like a very, like he All Might would have died there, immediately. Like if there was like even like a small like 1 second delay for Bakugo to go and save him, it probably would have, like he would have died there because yeah. but Bakugo just like woke up and immediately realized after looking at Deku what was going on, went towards Deku, and we saw that part. Deku kind of flung him out, and Bakugo used his own like like explosion like technique to boost himself towards there. But here, since like it's been said that Night Eye's power can be incorrect if like something related to like time, like flow of time somehow gets altered. So I feel like something like that probably happened here. You see, like this is a thing. This has something to do with like Bakugo's like heat. I feel like like you saw like there was a certain section where he like he like went so fast, like times it seemed like time stopped back then. It has something to do with the like the heat expansion maybe of like some, I don't know, I'm not sure. But like a lot of the time, like in it has been kind of like in sci-fi, like a lot of sections I've like a lot of other shows and other animes, be it visual novels and stuff, there were parts where I've seen people kind of like using heat to explain a plot point where where they kind of show how heat like affects like time in one way. Like again, I'm not exactly sure if this is scientific or if this is like some kind of a plot device that like like authors use. It must have some kind of truth to it, I don't know. But I've seen this in multiple shows. One big example is a very like like an ongoing show, Fire Force, if you remember Shinra's ability. Not only that, there's a few other like shows as well. Another, not really a show, a visual novel. If you've read it, you'll probably know. Is I'm pretty sure Mahoutsukai no Yoru, Witch on the Holy Night, or Mahoyo, also had like, I cannot remember properly. It's been a while I've read it, but it had something to do with like a time, like like time related thing, space and time, something to do with heat. Like the heat expansion of the universe or something. Maybe it had something to do with that, which altered the time here in a way which kind of made Bakugo like surpass his like abilities and somehow save All Might, because as Night Eye said that he can only predict something if time flows normally. So maybe like a small little change in the like the time flow or something made his foresight, which he saw like All Might's like like death and All Might not being able to survive, maybe it altered that and his like foresight became incorrect because of Bakugo, because of him doing that at the end. Like I said, a small little second, even if he was delayed, he probably would have died. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to look too much into it, but that's the only way I can kind of like get an answer to what exactly happened there. If you have a better answer, you can let me know in the comments as to exactly how that worked out. you know because because they kind of say something about like people's wishes and energies. That is, I don't know, that's a I don't know what to think about that though. Like that seems kind of unrealistic. But what I'm trying to say here, like the way I'm looking at it, maybe it had something to do with that. As you can see, like Bakugo was going so fast that it seemed like time was stopping. Like especially later on, you see when he zooms off towards All For One, like the raindrops like stop mid-air. He was so damn fast, at that moment. So yeah. Anyways, if like if I have a better understanding of the whole situation, you can let me know in the comments. um okay, other than that, there was another thing I need to check in this episode which I couldn't really understand, or I was reacting, so I wasn't able to properly pay attention or try to understand it. What happened with that whole section later on, where Bakugo kind of explains his power here, like what exactly was happening? This part, let me check. Okay, so here we go. Bakugo says, I get it now. um it's pain, the pain of the sweat drops I stored up in my palms racing through my body. Oh, wait. So did his like? It's pretty obvious. The sweat got inside of his body. We saw that. Like, and Edgeshot himself kind of explains how that like sweat kind of sparked and made his heart start working again. So he's talking about that sweat. So it racing through my body. So it somehow went in. So it's the pain gushing out. The placement, the interval, time the secondary explosion using that pain. Wait, what? Okay, I'm not able to understand this part. What is he saying? The pain of the sweat drops I stored up in my palms racing through my whole body. Pain gushing out. Placement, the interval, time the secondary explosions using that pain. Yeah, and then he used that. It was so fast that it seemed like all the water drops, like of the raindrops, just stopped. Okay, so as far as I can understand, how he usually, like, we've seen how he usually transports, like, moves from one place to another, how he flies, is by using like his sweat to kind of use it like a rocket, like a propulsion kind of thing. He uses his hands like this and legs like this, and he kind of uses like the blast to push himself forward. That's how he flies. So he's using those secondary explosions, as far as I can understand, throughout his body, as he says, like, in such a way that he is going in such a like fast manner that even like it seems like time is stopping or something. Is that what's happening? Because you can see as he's moving, like the whole place is exploding. Like it's like fireworks, kind of like like he's going like this, and there's like explosions all over. So is he like using his whole body as like a propulsion? And he's doing it because of that. He's reaching speeds that he couldn't even imagine. I think so. Yeah, because you can see he's just getting flung like a rag doll. He's not even flying because of he's if he's like using his whole body as a propulsion, and like he's using those secondary explosions to propel, like move himself forward. You cannot fly in a proper way. So it's like he's just like moving like a rag doll, just ragdolling throughout the whole thing. Just you know, like yeah, yeah. So there you go. That's what he's doing. Anyways, again, this part, if I think that's what's happening. Like he's using like the sweat throughout his body to just fling himself in such a high speed that because up until now he was only using like his hands or his legs to propel himself. Now he's only using his whole body. That's why he cannot fly properly and maintain a posture, but he's like getting flung, but he's reaching speeds that he never was able to reach, so fast that it's like a momentary, like like a just like he's just it seems like he's just like teleporting from one place to another. That's how fast he is. um okay. Now another part, like obviously this episode was beautiful, I have to say. Like like the animations, the visuals especially, like absolutely amazing. um the later half obviously had that, but I really like the first half as well, where you this part where you can see that where's that part? Bakugo looks at Deku. Just a minute, let me go to that part. Yeah, also there's like a cyclone that was like forming. So you can see Deku and Bakugo looks at each other. Bakugo explodes himself again, as you can see, and just flies. Deku uses right. So yeah, okay. So Bakugo goes to Deku. Deku grabs Bakugo by the hand. yeah, and uses like the tornadoes, I guess, like the centrifugal force or whatever, are you know to kind of fling himself like this, which obviously increased Bakugo was already getting going fast, but Deku doing that made him go even more fast. Like it's like I don't know, like a rocket or something that's moving forward. It's already moving forward, but if you grab it and throw it even harder towards, it's going to go even more faster. Kind of like that. So he reached like so damn high speed after like Deku flinging him like that he was able to go and save All Might in like a matter of a second or a millisecond. Hmm. Right. Yeah, like that part was really good. Then obviously we had that whole section later on where Bakugo just flies around, triggering All for One, and All for One's like, "What the hell? Like all these pebbles in front of my foot, they're all getting in my way. How is this happening? I always had all the plans, and I knew which direction." Yeah, because that was what All for One was. He was this mastermind who always like had like a plan for every plan, and he's like a chess player who can see the whole chess board, and he knows that, oh, if I play this thing, the opponent's going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then he's going to do this, like a foresight. Like that's how he plans everything. And now that finally he himself now is pretty bewildered because he cannot see the board anymore. He doesn't know what to do. He's just like, what's going on? Why is everything that I planned and everything that like I foresaw, like, oh, this is how this is going to go, it's not going like that at all. Like all these like players on the board who I thought that they're going to go in this direction and move in this direction, they're not moving in that direction. And all those little inconsistencies are piling up, and now I'm screwed. you know like in his head he had no, like, he didn't anticipate Bakugo saving like All Might at all. He was like, yeah, All Might is going to die here, but then Bakugo saved him, and now he's like, I didn't foresee this happening. you know so yeah, and now he's just getting more triggered, and this is what happens when someone has this much amount of pride and ego. When they get proven wrong, it is like hell breaks loose. They internally, they cannot accept the fact that I'm like losing, or this is not going as I expected it to. And that like anguish, internal anguish, becomes poison to yourself, and you end up doing stuff which like pushes you more towards failure. Like, that's the thing. Like, pride and ego does this to you. You're not able to like work calmly anymore as soon as you let these type of things get under your skin. And All for One is fuming now. He's like, nah, this is not happening. Like, I this is how it should go, and all these rabble in front of my feet, they're all just making this so much more difficult for me. I hate you guys. Like, why is things not going according to my plan? And on top of that, he looking at Bakugo, he gets reminded of that guy, so it pisses him off even more because of his connection and him helping out his brother. So it's pissing him off even more looking at Bakugo, and he's like, oh, Kudo, that's his name, yeah. And he's like, hey, yo, like what? No, what did he say? Just a minute. Yeah, here we go. It is you. That's right. It's all your fault, Kudo. Bakugo's like, what? You haven't lost it, you idiot. I'm not Kudo. I'm Kacchan Bakugo. Right. That's funny. Anyways, you can see it's done. All for One is done for. His time is up now. Like, Sooner or later he's just going to disappear. He's probably going to keep regressing and regressing, and then he's just going to become a toddler, and then probably like a fetus, and then just vanish. That's what's going to happen. It's pretty damn obvious. Yeah, and then finally I feel like Shigaraki will be the one remaining, and then we'll have Shigaraki and Deku fight. So yeah. um However, this is one thing I've always wanted. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it would be so satisfying if that happens. Is that the one to, you know, deal the final blow to All for One? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it is Shigaraki, that would be like the most satisfying thing ever. Like, not in a way that, oh, you like attack him or anything, not a blow in that sense, but like be the reason why you get defeated at the end. Like, for example, maybe like some way or the other, even after all of this, All for One is able to somehow go and reach Shigaraki, and in his head he's like, yes, finally I've reached Shigaraki, and now I'm going to like go and take over and everything. And then Shigaraki does something that like that screws him over completely, and just throws water into his whole plan, and because of that he dies. And in the end he's like cursing Shigaraki. He's like, how like, how dare you, it's because of you. If something like that happens, that would, at least I would be very much satisfied if something like that happens, because I've always wanted, like, All for One's end to be because of something that Shigaraki does. I've always wanted that, because it would be like the most poetic justice. Like, someone who has brainwashed, like manipulated all of these like people, all of these children who were in their most like like vulnerable like time, when they were like kids, when they had nowhere to go. All for One took them in and made them like this, like because of his own selfish goals, and like all that. um and so if All for One's end is because of something that Shigaraki does, that would be the best. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if that happens, that will be very satisfying. Like I said, like it doesn't have to be that Shigaraki attacks him or anything. It can be just anything, like something that Shigaraki does that makes him completely like shut up. Like you saw like a few moments ago. Which episode was it? Previous episode, where All for One tries to use his like remote attack to take control over Shigaraki, but Shigaraki just shuts his mouth there, and All for One couldn't do anything. Something like that. If at the very end Shigaraki does something like that, that completely throws All for One's plan into the mud, and because of that All for One dies, that would be the best. But I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be very satisfying. Like, it would be poetic, you know. So yeah, anyways, let's wait and see. Yeah, either way, that was a very good episode. And I think next episode the battle will continue. Bakugo will probably keep continuing fighting All for One. So yeah, let's see what happens. Right, another thing you can see here is like Bakugo always kind of blamed himself for like All Might losing his quirk because of his kidnapping, in back in that season. And so here in today's episode he was finally able to um, pay All Might back by saving his life. And yeah, that's very good. Okay, right. Also, you can see all the other sections. Most of the villains who were making a ruckus, they have been suppressed. There was one section that you could see that is still like people are kind of struggling fighting that villain, but I'm sure that will also come. We'll also be able to suppress that sooner or later. But yeah, everything, all the places are little by little kind of, you know, like the heroes are being able to suppress the attacks from the villains. Right. Yeah, and there you go. that was today's episode. Really good episode. Um, let's see where this goes. So that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 3 of My Hero Academia, the final season. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.